Hey guys, how's it going? It's your boy M.K.S here, back in another video. As the title suggests, this video is about my idea or plan for encouraging Asians, especially Asian nations themselves, and possibly people from the diaspora, to work together to solve problems such as illnesses, diseases, global warming, climate change, whatever, financial problems, poverty, or other such issues facing Asia or the rest of the world. So yeah, it's basically an idea of mine for Asian nations to network together to solve problems, which I think is a really positive and fruitful, if you like, idea. Even if I do so myself. But I'd love to hear your thoughts and invite any questions. If anyone does want a question while I'm making this live stream, I would welcome those questions in the chat. So if you do want to ask any questions, I don't know how long this video is going to be. I'm probably going to make it quite short and sweet. But yeah, excuse me. Sorry. Always have a runny nose, or it feels like it's running. Anyway, I would love for basically for Asian startups, S.M.E.s, businesses generally, scientists specific certainly as well, people in STEM generally perhaps even, and politicians and governments across Asia basically, and all that kind of thing. All those sorts of institutions and organizations to come together. Maybe they could be like, what I talked about on Thursday a couple of days ago, for anyone who saw that video, or if you didn't, please check it out. But regarding a Pan-Asian network or an Asian Union or Asian Alliance to work together, this would be part of that. So maybe Central Asia could host. There could be the Asian Union, which funds different countries like China and Japan and India and places like that all over Asia, really helping Central Asia and vice versa. So people could fund, like the Asian Development Bank perhaps could fund, given that it's an investment which will hopefully make more money in the longer term and achieve great goals and dreams. So hopefully be worth it. Like any investment, obviously you'd hope would be worth it. So if they built buildings across Central Asia especially, which could bring in the future, hopefully when people are able to travel more openly like we did in the past, hopefully post-COVID, I need to say pre-COVID, but just like pre-COVID, hopefully post-COVID, all being well, or if people will take that risk, because I think it's like crossing the road, it's always a risk. So I think people should start to live their life more. Dare I say, that's a controversial term, but anyway, or controversial statement. But when people are able, hopefully, to travel, if not this year, hopefully from next year, hopefully people will start traveling as normal again and taking those risks and being accountable for themselves. If they want to wear a mask, I think they should do so. If they don't, I think they should have that option. As I said, I would also love to promote freedom, libertarianism, liberty, and all that kind of thing across Asia as well. So yeah, basically personal responsibility and accountability, and people to choose, hopefully, and be educated to help each other rather than be forced to make certain decisions. So I'm not really into socialism or communism or collectivism that much personally. But yeah, I'd love to hear other people's opinions and questions and whatnot as well. So hopefully listen to other people's views. I'm a great believer in freedom of speech and freedom of expression. But yeah, so startups, S.M.E.s, scientists, people in STEM generally, politicians, governments, institutions, NGOs, charities, and all sorts of organizations working together, especially scientists, I think would be a big thing. And even startups, I'd say would be quite big, because especially S.M.E.s, I think would be even bigger though, but obviously businesses basically working together. And startups could also be created to specifically work on these problems and solving these problems. But yeah, so I'll say if you've got any questions, please ask them in the comments, in the chat or in the comment section, because I don't know how long this video is going to be. So if you do have any questions or anything you want to comment, please be quite quick if you do want to do so in the chat, because I'm going to try and make this short and sweet, to be around 6 or 7 minutes long. Is probably the target. But yeah, as I say, I love for those Asian nations to work together on solving problems and, as I say, tackling poverty, hunger, providing water for all possible people in Asia, providing food, having sympathy and empathy for each other, and looking after animals, and again, solving things like illnesses, diseases, climate change, global warming, whatever. Climate change / global warming, illnesses / diseases. I suppose I put those terms interchangeably, but as I say, they could work together on solving those issues. So I'd love to hear what you think. And again, I'd love for Central Asia symbolically, as I mentioned, in terms of Pan-Asian. This could be part of Pan-Asianism, the Pan-Asian group, where they meet up to solve problems. Those problems could be, as I say, how to give more funding to Asian entrepreneurs, how to tackle poverty, how to create jobs, how to create businesses, how to help more young people, especially across Asia, people of all ages, but especially young people, set up their own businesses. And how fundraising can be done through sports, music, and things like that. Bringing in my love for Italian football and Celtic, I hope in the future Italian football and Celtic could also host fundraisers for Africa and Asia, and Asia and Africa also could work together in terms of supporting each other to learn about STEM, teaching each other what they know, helping each other with funding, supporting each other's YouTubers and social media creators, content creators, supporting each other's TV shows, and all sorts of things like that, working together on sports and science, and again, startups, S.M.E.s, and all that kind of thing, looking at how to give funding and that sort of thing. And I can't think of much else to say, but yeah, so as I say, sports and music in Asia itself, and improving relations between Italians and Celtic fans with Asians through football. And again, similar things could be done for Africa as well, where they fundraise to support such and that sort of thing. So anyway, as ever, I'd love to hear what you think, and I am out. Peace and love.